extend my sincere gratitude to Revered Professor Arvind Jha, Professor, School of Education, IGNOU, New Delhi. Sir, thank you for accepting our invitation. Your achievements and credentials seem highly motivating and inspiring, and we surely promulgate the teaching fraternity with your valuable ideas and expertise and strive for good. I would like to warmly welcome our mentor, Dr. Pushpinder Kumar, to his own institution. Pushpinder sir is principal of Multani Modi College, Patiala, and he's actually a part of GHGKC. Thank you, sir, for generously agreeing to share your expertise and wisdom with us. My special welcome is also accorded to Dr. Jaspal Singh, Directorate of Distance Education, University of Jammu, for joining us today. We appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and expertise. My sincere regards to our Honorable President, Sir Sardar Manjeet Singh Gill ji, for being here. Sir, your presence is actually a source of motivation and inspiration for all of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. We are really indebted to you for your unconditional support and guidance at all steps. My special appreciation for the esteemed members of the management, Dr. S.S. Deol, Dr. J.S. Baral, Principal of the Sister Institutes, Dr. Harpreet Singh and Dr. Satwinder Kaur. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for gracing today's event. It is a glorious moment to extend my warm wishes to esteemed principals, all the distinguished delegates, participants, and partakers. I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to ICSSR for accepting our proposal and granting permission to organize this two-day seminar. So without further ado, let us begin with the functionalities of today. I would now like to hand over the dais to Dr. Manisha.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Praying is a great way of reminding ourselves that God is with us. He is at the center of everything we do. So let's be inspired, encouraged, and guided by God's Spirit. Here I call upon our college prayer team, headed by Dr. Jagjit Singh, for the college Shabad. Flowers are the proud assertions that ray of beauty outvalues all utilities in the world. May I request our worthy principal, Dr. Pagal Sungarcha, and Dr. Manu Chadha, IQAC coordinator, to escort our resource persons and guests of the day to present a formal floral welcome in the form of beautiful nature and saplings. May I request all our resource persons light symbolizes brightness and prosperity. It removes the force of darkness and gives us possibilities. In spiritual world, light means light. I would like to invite our esteemed resource persons and eminent guests to come forward for auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Goddess of Knowledge, Saraswati. We all know that light, it gives us new direction. It gives new direction to our life. With this noble thought, we are very grateful to our resource person for lighting the lamp, which symbolizes a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. May I request the team members, coordinating team members, to please join in lamp lighting ceremony. Dr. Jagjeet, Dr. Raman, Mr. Bhusha. I request our esteemed guests, please join for the lamp lighting ceremony. Sir, please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good morning to all present here. Actually, time पूरा है पश्चिम तो पीछे जा रहे हैं तो मैं काटछोड़ करूँगा. Only thing I would like to share with the theme of the seminar is that our India has a rich tradition, ancient culture, and a rich education system. We know that we have Nalanda, we have Takshila, we have Vikramadra. So all these universities were the pride of India and still the pride of India. But nowadays we are facing many kind of challenges nowadays our Indian higher education system is facing challenges, or I would say it is on a crossroad. Now the NEP 2020 is giving some vision, the light for all the colleges, all the stakeholders of education, to which direction we have to move. We all have to make some decisions, we all have to take some rational decision to run on that particular path which NEP 2020 is showing to all the stakeholders in the field of higher education. So the theme of the seminar is exploring the glorious past. We have selected the source persons. Professor Arvind Kumar Jha has a very wide knowledge and a very deep knowledge related to the glorious past of the higher education system. Then coming to the promising present. Dr. Pushpinder sir will be deliberating on the promising present, what kind of innovations, what kind of startup we can start to build a good education system which can give bread and butter also to the students who are going through the higher education. You know, in our old education, in our ancient education, we were saying that, and our NEP 2020 is also saying that bread and butter is not the main aim of the higher education, but it is contradicting in the NEP also that if different reports are cited in the NEP 2020 which are showing that what kind of employability skills our students have. So the NEP 2020 is highlighting two things. On one side, NEP 2020 is saying that the real purpose of the higher education is not bread and butter. But on the other side, by crossing just 2 pages, the NEP 2020 is highlighting what kind of employability skills our students have. So we have to think on different lines for our students, for our institutions, the promising present. No doubt, बहुत सारे challenges हैं, but among these challenges, we can convert these challenges into opportunities. It will depend upon all the hands of the faculty members, all the students dealing with the higher education system. Then coming the future roadmap to Vision Guru India. इसे पहले Vision Guru CEO Dakshina Nanda की तरफ कर दिया. Now the NEP 2020 is again directing us to become a Vision Guru India. So a long journey it will be a long journey and difficult journey. There are a lot of obstacles, but एक चीज हमेशा याद रखनी चाहिए है, जेड़े रास्ते पे obstacles नहीं होंगे, जेड़े रास्ते पे रुकावटें नहीं होंगी, उस रास्ते पे चलने का भी उन्हें वजह नहीं होता। हौसले फतेह की बुनियाद हुआ करती है, हौसले फतेह की बुनियाद हुआ करती है, कांपते हाथों में तलवार उठाया नहीं करता। सारे बच्चों के हाथ में पेन, टीचर के हाथ में पेन और हाथ में तलवार नहीं, कांपते हाथों में तलवार उठाया नहीं करते, जो डरते हैं मंजिल की दूरी से। As I have already said that the journey is difficult, the journey has lot of obstacles. जो डरते हैं मंजिल की दूरी से, वो कमजोरी दिल कभी मंजिल को पाया नहीं करते, वो कमजोरी दिल कभी मंजिल को पाया नहीं करते। रास्ता difficult है, but सारे से responsibility है, सारे को क्या responsibility है, we have to take this responsibility for the betterment of our Punjab, the betterment of India, the betterment of our youth, which is the real asset in the hands of all the states as well as India. So we have to focus on this human resource. We have to do a lot of efforts to take our higher education system to the future roadmap to Vision Guru India. So today's seminar will be focusing on these things: the past, the present, and the future. All the source persons will be deliberating on different sides, and for all the teachers as well as for the students. You will be learning something new. Whenever you will be going to schools, you will be taking your higher education. All these things directly or indirectly will be connecting you people to the higher education system. So I am very hopeful that all the source persons will be able to convey the real meaning to all the participants in the seminar. So this is a very brief introduction about the seminar from my side. I welcome all the participants from the other colleges, from the other states, all the respected source persons, our management members, our sister concerned institution principals, and our respected presidents for being with us, for motivating us.
mathematics, science, and research in particular. Professor Khan's achievements in the field of education and research are incredible, which are reflected in the glimpse of which I share with you. So without taking much time, I would like to invite our keynote speaker, Professor Arvind Shah, to deliver the keynote address for the day. So please.
सबको मेरा नमस्कार। सबसे पहले मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ DHG खालसा कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन which was established in 1955 in general. Sardar Manjeet Singh Ji Gill, who is the president of the society who runs this college, the principal Dr. Bhagat Singh Ji, my very old friend and valued and trusted friend, Dr. Khushwinder Singh Ji, my another friend, Dr. Jaspal Singh Ji, all the principals present and past from various colleges, and the faculty. Last but not the least, the participants and the students. I feel not only honored but privileged as well, because I have been invited in a college which is one of the oldest colleges of Punjab. I know one college which was started in 1952, where even I rendered my service under Punjab University only, and then transferred to Kurukshetra and later on NTU. And another one, that's correct. It will take time. Well, first of all, I congratulate Dr. Singh, Bhagat Ji, to conceptualize the topic in a wonderful way, very intelligent, very thoughtful, and more importantly, well logical. And that's why ICSR recognized and honored the proposal and whatever grant you got. At the same time, I assure you that on behalf of ICSR, being one of the, what should I say, experts to select various projects and the seminar and conferences, whatever you do in future, if it's meaningful, definitely you will get all grants, no problem. Now, when we talk about exploring the glorious past, you know, people always talk the past, we were this, we were that, what about the present? And more importantly, what will be the future direction? After that, what else? And that's why you can switch off this slide and then it will be more visible. कोई एक आदमी वहाँ बिठा दीजिए प्रगट जी जो स्लाइड्स चलाते रहेंगे. Okay. So what I am going to do, I have been given 40 minutes First, I'll try to take a historical journey of our past, that is India, the great civilization. Second, the present, but I'll not talk in detail because my good friend Dr. Khushvinder will talk about that. But definitely I'll talk about the way forward, that what is needed, we being students, we being teachers, we being researchers, and we being administrators. So if you look at the past, you will find, the first slide please. I mean, what kind of impression do you get about the great civilization, one of the oldest civilization of the world? The very first slide shows that the art, architecture and the culture was highly acclaimed in India. No? Whether you talk about the Lingaraj temple in one part, eastern part of India, whether you talk about Mahabalipuram temple or the Nataraj temple, or you talk about the Konark, the Sun temple. Just 1 week after I'll be there, I'll be spending 5 days there. Meenakshi temple, Khajuraho, and what not and what. I mean, you can name anything and everything cannot be, incorporated in this slide. Second one, the culture and particularly the dance form. I would like to share with you one thing. There is a book written by Fritjof Capra, and the name of the book is The Tao of Physics. And in that, Capra is a professor of physics, and he was in University of Austria, Vienna, and he writes, the Shiv Tandav or Nataraj is the true representation of the cosmic dance of this cosmos. So those who are science students, I'll encourage you, please read that book. And so we have various forms of, the representation of that great dance form. Whether you call it, you take it from the east, that is the Manipuram. You take from Awadh, Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Mohiniyattam, Odissi, Kathakali, etc., etc. But I have kept, deliberately, second slide please, and I have kept the Nataraj in the center. All forms of dance, they belong to this and they are the true representation of this. So please read that book to understand in detail. Now let's take the ancient culture. I'm not talking about India's Indus Valley civilization. This is one phase. The second phase, the Vedas culture, and the Rig Vedas, the Sam, Yajurveda, Atharva, they have given amazing kind of knowledge to the world, not only to Indians. Next slide please. If you ask for the physical sciences development, next slide please, that is India's ancient achievement in physical sciences, you'll be surprised to know we had the knowledge about the velocity of light, and the Rig Veda, that is the Sayan Bhas, very clearly states that we have the understanding of trans-Saturnian planets, and that you can take from various sources. We had the knowledge about the space travel to another solar system. We had knowledge about gravitational force. We had knowledge about infrared band. We had knowledge about atoms. For that you read Vaisheshik philosophy. The name itself, it talks about that. Maharishi Kanad was talking about that. So this is another slide please. Now, if you talk about the ancient Vedic system, the Rig Veda, knowledge of hymns, there were almost 11,000 or roughly 10,900 verses are there. And it very clearly says there is only one truth. Only men describe it in a different ways. So truth is one. If you talk about the Yajurveda, you can say knowledge of liturgy was excellent one in that. Samveda, as I showed you, knowledge of classical music. Ayurveda, knowledge of medicines. Even in Atharvaveda, what kind of relationship is needed between teacher and students. Similarly, you talk about the Upanishads. Upanishad, the philosophical dimension of the Vedas. So, Jyotish, Kalp, Siksha, Aitreya, Chandok, all these. When I was doing my PhD on epistemology, that is theory of knowledge. So that time, if you used to ask me, okay, what is your knowledge? I'll give you 100 definitions. But today, if you ask me what is your knowledge, I'm more confused. And that's why one of the Upanishads of India says, I would like to state in Hindi, जो जानता है वो जानता नहीं, जो जानता नहीं वो जानता है. And so beautifully, even Socrates wrote, and you should know that this was done much earlier than Socrates. He says, I know that I know nothing. This is called the Socratic dictum. So, and parallel to that, and much before, one of the Upanishads very clearly says, as I said, and I would like to re-emphasize, जो जानता है वो जानता नहीं, और जो जानता नहीं वो जानता है. क्या? कि वो नहीं जानता है. And that's why when you talk about the truth and reality, they are not analogous constructs as they are depicted in Western thoughts of the world. Next slide, please. You know, people say that we had no knowledge about Surya Siddhant, the sun, but there was a specific grantha, and which is known as the Surya Siddhant. It is a textbook on astronomy of ancient India, and last compiled in 1000 BCE. We don't write BC, it's wrongly written BCE. So believed to be handed down from 3000 BC by aid of complex memorial recital method still known today. So it shows that the Earth's diameter is to be roughly 7,840 miles. Compared to modern measurement of, the modern measurement is, there is a slight variation, 7,926 miles. Only 100 or less than, 116 difference is there. It also showed the distance between the Earth and the Moon as 2,53,000 miles compared to the modern measurement of 2,52,710 miles. But I'm not the one who will talk about that we were this, we were this, we were great. If we are great, why still we are not great? What is needed? What we should do? So most of the seminars and conferences I have seen that we were this, and people quote from the verses. But I'm going to concentrate more on what is needed on our path. Now presently what is there? You'll be surprised to know that so definitely Dr. Shindra will talk about that. Next slide please. What is the promising present today? What is the promising one? We have robust democracy. It's not that after 1947 democracy came in India. If you go to Vaishali, and it is written there, one of the oldest republic of the world where democracy flourished was in Vaishali. Today we have the growing economy, and the prediction is that the coming 20 years, 15 years more, will be one of the largest economy of the world. As far as the governance and security is concerned, now the world recognizes the security power of India as the security power of Singapore is recognized. You'll be surprised to know Singapore is considered the red dot of the world. I mean, the entire geographical map, its position is only a red dot, but it's one of the most powerful economy and one of the most powerful, country in terms of security. So the American president and the North Korean president both decide a neutral venue, they decide Singapore, right? So in terms of governance and security, we are growing. And the best example, after 1947, what happened in Pakistan and what happened in Bangladesh, even in Myanmar, all these are neighboring states. As far as